fuck yourself and your fucking mother, motherfucker.
Alright y'all, so let's talk about the Anora trailer, which just got its premiere today online. It actually premiered with Longlegs in the theaters. Let me tell you, that was an experience for me right there. Going into Longlegs, I thought the final trailer that would show, of course it was going to be a neon trailer. That's how studios always set it up. I thought it was just going to be Cuckoo, and I thought we wouldn't see the Anora trailer until like Cuckoo was in theaters next month, which by the way, we have a Cuckoo video today as well talking about that trailer, which everybody's been asking me about. But no, we got the Anora trailer and I was so pleasantly surprised by it. So let's break it down and talk about what this movie is about. Before we get into it, I want to ask you to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We talk all stuff movies, from horror to these indies, so make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. But let's get into this Mikey Madison film, which is a Sean Baker film as well, which had its premiere at the 77th Cannes Film Festival, actually winning the Palme d'Or for Neon 5th time in a row, and also the first time an American film wins since 2011's Tree of Life. So very big accolades this film is getting right off the bat without even premiering anywhere else. So the movie is a 2 hour and 20-minute film which revolves around Anora, played by Mikey Madison, who is a young Uzbek American stripper from Brighton Beach, a Russophone enclave in New York City. As she is somewhat conversant in Russian, her boss fixes her up with a Russian-speaking clients. After meeting Vanya, who is played by Eidelstein, we see that they are the son of a Russian oligarch, and a romance begins to brew between the two, which ultimately leads to their elopement in Las Vegas. How much more American can it get? Their fairy tale marriage is threatened by the man's parents when they travel to New York to force an annulment, and things are going to escalate as we see that it doesn't look like this is what the Russian oligarch really wants at all for their son, and it seems that the press is talking over there in Russia, as they say, that she's like a stripper or something, or a prostitute apparently. So they don't like that. So they're gonna go about doing whatever it takes to break them apart. So let's go over some of these screenshots we have of the trailer here, because I really am loving this vibe that Sean Baker has for this film right here. Of course, starting off with the Palme d'Or win, maybe this is definitely going to be one of those films we'll see at the Oscars. Very high chance. Fingers crossed for Sean Baker and Neon. You see as Anora is this stripper that is working in New York. She's living a life as a stripper throughout these images we see here, and she's just trying to get by, right? We see the moment the boss comes in and says that somebody wants somebody who talks Russian. We see that she's really not that fluent in Russian, she says, but no worries here, because Vanya seems to be also able to speak in English. Ultimately, we see that they have a night together, a couple of days actually, maybe a whole weekend, before Vanya tells Anora, let's take this serious, I'll pay you. 15K it seems that Anora is asking for. We see as they head down to Las Vegas, where he says that, hey, I can stay here, but I need to get married to an American, and they ultimately do at the Little White Chapel in Las Vegas. And I really love this shot right here, because it's making me wonder if Sean Baker's doing a thing where they're shooting like the film and there's real people around them. I think that adds more to the film by the end of it. I believe he did the same thing in the Florida Project, where there was real people who lived in those areas that were filmed, but I believe we could be seeing that same situation happening here just from the way this is shot. It looks like a fisheye lens maybe on an iPhone. I don't know, but I'm excited for it. Nonetheless, it looks like this fairy tale dream is about to come crashing down in the next couple of scenes, where we see it doesn't look like over there in Russia people are too excited to hear that Vanya has gotten married, their real name being Ivan Sakharov. So we see that they come to try and take him and try to get this wedding completely annulled, and it looks like Anora is gonna be going through it as well. And I don't know, I'm very curious to see exactly what's going on here, because it doesn't seem that it's just gonna be a whole thing where they just want to like, hey, get divorced and everything and that's it, right? We could definitely be seeing something that Ivan's parents or father could be into something a bit more darker and serious. So we could definitely see that that's why this is going to get a little bit more complicated throughout the film. We get a lot of things happening, from a car being towed to Anora smashing things and somebody leaving on a jet. It just looks like this is going to be one of those films that's going to have so much in it. And at 2 hours and 20 minutes, I already thought that, but seeing the trailer, we definitely see why it has to be that long. I've said it before that this definitely looks like Sean Baker's biggest scope of a film, and I'm excited to see how exactly it's going to deliver. We do get amazing shots and cinematography throughout, and I'm definitely very excited. They've been praising Mikey Madison's performance as Anora throughout the whole Cannes Film Festival, but a lot of people are also saying to not count out Eidelstein as Ivan Vanya. Apparently they are really good in it as well, so I'm very excited about that also. So I'm telling you, this definitely looks like it's going to be one of those films that is going to create a ton of buzz once it's out, and I'm excited for that because I am so ready for this film. And you know, Mikey Madison could definitely be leading us to an Oscar run with this one, is what people are saying. So let me know what you thought about the trailer and if you're excited to watch this movie. But let's read some of this receptions here. So I'm going to read two different ones, one a little bit more positive and one mixed, because I always like to keep things neutral here. I don't want to get you too overhyped over things. So Greta Gerwig, who served as president of the 77th Cannes Film Festival jury, says Anora was something we collectively felt we were transported by. We were moved by, felt both new and in conversation with older forms of cinema. There was something about it that reminded us of classic structures of Ernst Lubitsch or Howard Hawks. And then it did something completely truthful and unexpected. I really love that way that this is described, as it feels new, it feels old, it feels classic, but it feels like completely like something we've never seen. Storytelling and dialogue gets repetitive. Madison keeps things lively. I find myself torn between finding Baker's conclusions compassionate and sensing a big whiff of something patronizing. Baker's explorations of outsiders tends to tread between graciousness and gawking, benevolent anthropology and more malevolent missionary kind. So very interesting perspectives from two different people right there. And you know, I always like to go into these movies knowing every perspective. I think that's what makes movies so great. I can love something with all my heart and you can hate it with all your heart. And it's crazy because we watched the same thing, but we felt passionately differently about it. And I'm seeing it now with Longlegs. A lot of people hated Longlegs, but I like Longlegs. So I'm very interested in what everybody thinks about these films. So let me know what you think about the Anora trailer, if you're excited for it or not, if you're going to be watching it, and what do you think about it. It should be opening up in theaters in the United States. It says October 18, 2024. Hopefully it's a wide release by then, and I'm excited for it. Let me know what you think. But anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. We will be talking about the Cuckoo trailer today, as well as the updates to the long legs. I can't even say it no more. I've been saying that name so many times. Longlegs website, so stay tuned for that. But as always, that is going to do it for me. On the road to 35,000 subscribers, less than 3,000 to go. That's our goal for July. We're at 32,000 now. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed, and we'll get to 35,000 soon. So as always, stay safe, stay positive, y'all.